whole system is run by left-brain prisoners. And if you look at the school system, things like music and art that stimulate this side of the brain, the uniqueness, they are constantly cut back in favour of left-brain curriculums. And this is systematic. I have to get this over to people. This is not systematic at the level of, people who administer it into reality. It is coldly calculated in the shadowy areas where these concepts first come from.
Yeah.
And they know what they're doing.
Yeah, these examinations, what's happening is that, to fit in, to be part of the so-called in crowd, you have to reconfirm the beliefs of the hierarchy.
Exactly.
The ancient kingdom of Tibet, situated high in the Himalaya mountains. Tibet is a culture based on compassion, totally at odds with the doctrine of the antichrist. The spiritual and secular leader of Tibet, His Royal Highness, the Dalai Lama, won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989 for his continued policy of non-violent resistance of the communist Chinese government, who illegally took control of Tibet more than 40 years ago. Tibet is being systematically destroyed by America's most favored nation, communist China. Buddhist monks are being slaughtered, and there is wholesale torture of nuns and monks who defy the Chinese military and follow the pacifist, anti-war teachings of the ascended Buddhist masters.
My brother-in-law and I were arrested together and marched around in front of our village. Then the Chinese shot him in the head, and his blood splattered all over me. The Chinese said, "So you call for His Holiness the Dalai Lama and call on America for help. But where are they? Will anyone help you? If you obey China, your path will be smooth. If you don't, watch what happens to these two."
The Tibetan people are suffering immeasurably under the Chinese. Countless beatings and killings. And though the Chinese say there's freedom of religion, they don't allow us to practice our faith.
Tera dongya dansin hyo dijole kyang re do kyang ji jin dongya dan ju kona kang le le cha dan de cha ge yor wal ande kan je ji de de tan de ti ja de mo bu cha yin
cha de ra ban de la ro de jo man ni za le ge do si de ni na sa shu shu la si a do ha do ha la de la do ta sa de la ge da yo对了，好的。在地在的那嘛都就是的那嘛哟，再过来教我学的。
教我学。
我看的那个多，
我别组织过那是等的。
哎，教我学的那看清楚。
教我学呢，现在马上别，这个车子马上别，马上别去， 샤라 요르발 샤라 tilya kyangja dangna yi shasin kashi ge gwa mi hiyor nedadanya 봉들이 시세 한 지레야 gwa 휴시 지 나가 로균야도 지레야 자레 타고 든지 봉부든지 주도 자신 미숨 세다 휴 한 진내디가 지야 수고 가서가 로당시 즉 체면하나야 체면다 진짜 접전당서 열봐 gwa다 든지 규시 님 숨을 좀 부탁합니다.
양습제 줄바지 다 놀라 차례 벤스시 요래 대대 고상 요래 그 셈르르 제대 셈드세게 개체 보시다래 셈르르 제대나 나살 벤도 요래 이게 매지 매동 하고가 매당 매지 보고 말다 매네 장대 매도 보셔다 매도 회사 제셔 회사 쇼 사람자 다 두개 요마래 이내 칼리를 슈를 매시고 말 제랑 명분하고 제쇼 제랑 된다 말에 그 집에 된다가 도송다래 체제래 야고시다래 엄마 삼루를 제쇼 다야 아니네 덴바 주요래 러브 제쇼 배낭 말에
The Free Tibet campaign is a worldwide movement of volunteers who wish to highlight the illegal killings and imprisonment of Tibetan people. The Free Tibet campaign displayed flags during the state visit of the Chinese Premier in London. The Free Tibet flags were confiscated by British police officers. The peaceful protesters were often arrested and dragged away for no apparent reason. Some were even assaulted and beaten by British police officers.
I'm not young, haven't got long hair in dreadlocks, and I'm not covered in rings all over the show. I've always felt strongly about Tibet and about what's going on in China on the political front. The fact that they've still got detainees in prison who were at Tiananmen Square 10 or 11 years ago, that is bloody awful, and something has to be done. And I think in a case like this where the government won't do anything, it's always down to the people to do something instead.
Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet!
The police officers carrying out these illegal arrests are mostly members of Freemasonry. Freemasonry is more than just a secret society. Freemasonry is actually a religion. Freemasons pray to a tri-pantheon god, one facet of which is the warmongering Baal deity. Freemasonry is the most popular occult religion amongst police officers, judges, and barristers, such as Mr. Tony Blair. The spiritual master and head of state in Tibet is the Dalai Lama, who has written many excellent books promoting the benefits of meditation and compassion. Even though the Dalai Lama is a man